So, here's the question. Why do we do that, right? Is it that we want to make sure that we're establishing a fun environment where everyone feels like they can collaborate, have fun at the same time while getting work done, creating a workplace culture, establishing norms and interacting with one another? Not really, I just like the attention. Again, my name is Connor Finley and we are Team 8. I'm Trevor.
I'm Nancy.
Bunny. I'm Kazuki.
And Matt.
And we're going to start with Nancy on how to construct a team.
So prior to 2010, Disney had a silos mentality that was focused too much on individuals working on their own tasks. However, after Gibble and Johnson came in, they helped establish the 5 characteristics of a team. As we have learned in class, the 5 characteristics of a team consist of individuals who have a shared goal, balance and stability, are interdependent, they operate in a social system context, and they have the authority to manage their own team. Once Gibble and Johnson helped establish Disney, they created a master calendar where teams could write their shared goals, and this in turn helped them be interdependent with one another, collaborate with other teams, and this also created the balance and stability that they did not have prior to Gibble and Johnson. Members at Disney became much more comfortable with one another and had the freedom to propose new ideas and give input. By working together, the teams at Disney were able to achieve much better results and collectively make decisions that would benefit the studio. And now Connor's going to talk about empathetic leadership.
Thank you so much, Nancy. As we've gone over in class a few times, and as our Professor Patricia has really gone into great detail over, empathetic leadership is the ability of a leader to understand, relate to, and be sensitive to the consumers, colleagues, and communities that they serve. Now, within that, the key to it is understanding, actually taking the time to sit down and learn about another person, their perspective, their viewpoints, establish yourself on an emotional level. And through that, we saw through the case study that Gibble and Johnson were able to immerse themselves with their employees, go through a day in the life of what they go through, speak with them, understand who they are and how they best operate. Another great layer just to elaborate upon how important this is was Abraham Lincoln, who utilized this. He was well renowned for immersing himself with his troops, with his cabinet members, even to the Confederacy, and understanding the viewpoints and struggles that they went through as well. And that was a reference called leading by being led, lowering himself to their level and understanding everyone at an emotional level. I think we all understand that we work best when we have a leader who understands us personally, our skill sets, our abilities, even what our struggles are. And it makes us more effective and confident to achieve any workplace environment. Now I'm going to transition over to Trevor, who's going to talk about team size.
Team size was a big factor that they observed when they were watching the active teams during the workday. In this class, we learned the no double digits for team size rule. They noticed from when there was from 6 participants to 7 participants was when the quality really started dropping. So from then on out, they focused on using smaller work teams and in the 6 size range. This is an example of an uneven communication model. It shows that when there's more people in a work team, the less active certain individuals are and the less evenly dispersed conversation was. Indirectly, I think that larger team sizes causes a decrease in psychological safety in a way, because, I mean, me personally, you guys have probably never even heard me really talk in class at all, because I don't choose to in a class full of 40 people, but when I'm in our team here, or in our support teams, I'm pretty active and don't really have a problem with speaking up. But I think there's a lot of people like that, and I think that's why team size is a big factor. From here, I'll go to Kazuki for sources of power.
The sources of power that Disney uses in their management are export, informational, and refined power. An excellent example of the export and informational power is provided in their management style. A member is identified as a technical subject matter expert as a team lead. Most of these tasks is making progress on the team tasks with the lead expert in the area, which is an example of export power. Also, Gable and Johnson found that when leads spend their time working on the tasks with the teammates, they tend to be able to earn respect from the other teammates. This is an example of usage of refined power. Disney management designates team leads for autonomous power to effectively maximize the export informational and refined power. Now, Bunny will talk about give and take.
Though Adam Grant's give and take wasn't directly used at Disney, there were some parallels there. There were clear givers, the managers, and employees were the matchers. There weren't any takers that were highlighted in the study. Giving wasn't part of the culture as highlighted by manager Schnicker. He states, it felt like giving was a bad thing. You wanted to protect your domain and hold on to your resources. Giving wasn't a priority, and it created several conflicts which impeded growth in their team. Gable and Johnson made structural changes and made sure managers were expected to be on the floor and lead by example and at least spend 20% of their time with all employees. And it made them more approachable and really garnered some trust within the team. And now I'm going to lead it off to Matt, who's going to talk about team culture and trial and error.
Disney had much success because the executives were able to create an environment with high psychological safety as well as high adaptive capacities. Members were expected to be able to work with one another and also adapt to the change in the group if necessary. Gable and Johnson were also very successful because they were able to utilize the strategy of trial and error as well as pass this on to the team members. From a managerial perspective, they experimented with team size as well as looked for the optimal meeting environments. They also passed this down to their team members by letting them know that it was okay to fail as long as you learn from your mistakes. This encouraged them and created a sense of a challenge versus a threat. Whether it was the managers or the team members that were taking part in trial and error, improvements were continuous. We'll now begin our activity, and Connor will explain what to do.
All right, who's ready to go back to the very beginning and do the tower challenge? Not everyone. I see a couple hands. That actually helps. Thank you. So we're going to do it a little bit differently. As Matt elaborated upon, if you guys can help spread out all the supplies. A lot of it was based upon trial and error, establishing that safe culture and learning from previous mistakes. We're going to try and attempt that here in kind of a micro example, if you were. What we're going to do is that everyone is going to be in their groups, and they're going to construct a tower in 1 minute. You're going to have 30 seconds prior to talk about what you want to do, and then you have 1 minute to construct it. After 1 minute, you guys will have hands off, and you'll measure. And here's the fun thing. You get to choose your measure. You could do 2 hands, or you could do like a toe, or you could do Starbucks cups. Whatever measure you want to do, you can use that. I know, right? Now, after you do the...
Can you explain the measuring thing again? What did you
Yes, you guys can choose whatever measure it is. So if it's like 2 Starbucks cups high, then you say that. If it's like 3 cell phones high, you can use that. Now, after you guys complete the first one, you're going to debrief for a minute, talk about what you can do better on the second attempt, and then do the same process over, and hopefully you guys will be able to learn from the first attempt and apply it to the second to make an even higher stat. Does everyone have their materials? Great. Our team will disperse throughout and observe and help out if we can.
All right.
Everyone's got the materials? Everyone ready? Guys, all have the clock? Is everyone ready?
No.
Begin debrief now. You have 30 seconds to debrief. 30 seconds. You will discuss. 15 seconds till you start. I see some false starts, guys. We're not starting yet. You will be disqualified. Ready? And go.
Sorry, this team got a head start.
Sure, yeah. Really? I mean, they didn't say what. So I would say like.
You have 1 minute. You're already at 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. Wow, this is going by fast. Make sure you guys are communicating.
So would you like log cabin stuff?
30 seconds. It's a race against the clock.
I'm just gonna pile.
40 seconds. Here we rise.
Sorry.
50 seconds. That means I'm almost done talking. Good news.
Perfect. Yeah, someone make another one.
5, 4,
Just another triangle.
3,
There you go.
2, and
That's fine.
1. Hands up. Hands up. Let's go.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice. Please measure. Please measure.
Let's measure it. We're gonna measure it by the
Clap once, can you hear me? Clap twice, can you hear me? Slide to the left. Slide, no, okay. Now, this group, how tall is yours?
What's our measurement?
20 meters, that's fantastic. Is that millimeters or meters? That's impressive. This group over here, what was yours?
100 ants stacked tall.
Wow, that is incredible. 100 ants stacked on top. What about you guys?
1 marshmallow.
1 marshmallow. I like it, simplistic. You guys?
Pancake.
1 pencil bag tall.
1 pencil bag tall. I like that. Good utilization of your resources. You guys?
1 toothpick.
1 toothpick. I like that. That's standard.
2 toothpicks.
2 toothpicks. Double the progress. And lastly, this group.
1 water bottle.
What? I believe 1 smart bottle. 1 smart bottle.
That's 1 smart group.
That's fantastic. Now, guys, real quick, break it down. Break it down, separate it out. You're going to have 30 seconds to debrief this time, talk about what went well, what you can change, and you're going to do it all over again, try and get even higher on the second attempt, all right? Break it down. Your 30 seconds starts now. You got to break down your previous structure.
Take it apart.
You guys got to break it down. Because you're going to start from the beginning. You're going to redo it. You're going to okay, that's all right.
Let's make the one hand.
I expect everyone to try and double what they did before. That means this group over here, 200 ants tall. 200 ants tall. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting 2 smart bottles out of you guys. Oh, 2 toothpicks. 2 toothpicks. Okay, are you guys ready? Your minute of construction begins now.
We'll just stick 1 toothpick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, because it can be tall this way. Here, watch out.
Look at the learning that's taking place, guys.
Yeah.
The discussion, the collaboration, how everyone has an assigned role. Devil's advocate, cohesiveness, trust, interdependence, a coalition of the minds, shared goals, norms being established, I'm sure. You're at 45 seconds, 45 seconds. Ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands up, hands up. Clap once, you can hear me. Clap twice, you can hear me. Shot, shot, real smooth. No one else? Okay. This group over here, how tall? It just sunk, so it was 1 sunken ship tall. Fantastic. You guys over here?
300 ants.
300 ants. That is a 200% growth. That's incredible. You guys?
Oh my god.
This is the best I've ever seen, actually. They morphed all the marshmallows together. More marshmallows are better than 1. What? 2 table lengths. 2 table lengths. I didn't say it had to be up. It could be long ways as well. Look at this. Innovation being bred as well. You guys.
1 venti Starbucks cup.
1 venti Starbucks cup. You guys over here?
3 toothpicks.
3 toothpicks. Whoa.
1 1/3 smart bottle.
That's fantastic. Now, guys, real quick, just a quick debrief on our end as well. Once, can you hear me? Now, obviously, when you're a safe environment where you feel like you can fail and keep trying new things, it breeds innovation, it breeds growth and progress over time. A quick reminder on all the key topics, starting with Nancy.
5 characteristics of a team are important because teams can be interdependent and work together as a group to accomplish their shared goals.
Empathetic leadership is essential in making sure that you bring yourself to your employees' level and understand that they have struggles and know how they best fit into a team and group.
It's important to be conscious of team size when forming a team or group.
It's really important to talk about what sources of power they use and how they use it.
And giving should be part of the team because it helps place trust in teams and it leads to higher productivity and cohesion.
Trial and error is important in any environment. Michael Jordan said, I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. That's why when you guys are managing your own team of employees, never be content, never be afraid in the face of failure, because you can always learn from your mistakes and you can always improve. We're Team 8. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation.
Hey!